Hey guys, welcome back to another cryptocurrency news article. This one comes from Decrypt, and I want to keep this PG, so if you're looking at the screen, you're going to know which words I'm changing. But what makes a poop coin poop? Major figures in crypto disagree. If you're not sure what differentiates a poop coin from an altcoin, don't worry. Some of the industry's biggest names at LA Bit Conference aren't either. So the biggest names in the industry kind of disagree on what's considered a poop coin and not, but let's hear what they have to say and what differentiates them from each other. But what makes a cryptocurrency a poop coin versus a more benign label, altcoin? And while we're at it, what makes a project truly decentralized? Well, if you don't know for sure, don't worry. Some of the biggest names in the industry can't agree on the answers either. In an extraordinary panel organized at the end of the first day of LA Bit Conference 2022 in Buenos Aires, Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin and Bitcoiners Jimmy Song and Samson Moe discussed the state of the industry and the FTX debacle, and the contradictions between these widely used labels that came to the fore. Now, Samson Moe, the former chief strategy officer of Blockstream, who is now running Bitcoin startup Jan3, said that FTX's problem was essentially caused by issuing a poop coin, FTT, and then treating it as if it were an asset with real value. Now, they printed a poop coin out of thin air and treated it like it was some sort of asset. He said on the panel discussion, then Alameda blew themselves up on some trade, and then Sam lent them money with more FTT as collateral. Then there was a bank run, and now they're insolvent. But the crux of the issue is that they built a company based on a poop coin. But whoever takes Mo's criteria into account could then argue any token or even cryptocurrency is categorized as a poop coin in hindsight, especially securities associated with the performance of companies. And in the absence of due regulatory process for the issuance of cryptocurrencies, technically all of them, including Bitcoin, were issued out of the blue and had no value at the first moment of the launch. Now, for his part, Buterin is a pragmatic and acknowledges the subjectivity inherent in the term. A poop coin is a coin that is poop, he replied. To applause from the audience, he later elaborated on his answer, asserting that a project has a poop coin when it relies on a model that is fundamentally evil. The co-founder of Ethereum did not pull punches on the FTX debacle, comparing Sam Bankman-Fried to a 1930s dictator, which is the exact opposite of every ethos of crypto projects that try to be decentralized. Now, what about decentralization? So, what makes a project centralized or decentralized? The debate on this issue was intensified by Song and Buterin, who tried for a few minutes to refute the opposing views. For Vitalik, decentralization depends on the nodes and the community capable of verifying, auditing, and executing the code in a moment, establishing a consensus around the characteristics of a protocol. Song, a Bitcoin evangelist, believes that decentralization depends on the people in control of the project. If a handful of identifiable developers, bankers, or entities have the ability to change the protocol without needing to involve the community, then the project is centralized, even if it runs on a decentralized blockchain and is a poop coin. If you have to trust somebody, whether it's the Argentinian Central Bank or the Federal Reserve or Charles Hoskinson, whoever you're giving your freedom to, that's the major hole in your security, Song said. If you have to trust someone, that's the definition of centralized. Song also criticized Ethereum, calling it a centralized project since it forked periodically and at will. Buterin, of course, vehemently disagreed, arguing that Bitcoin creator Satoshi would be the perfect definition of a centralized controller. Samson Moe chimed in that the rhetoric used when discussing a concept is important. Satoshi Nakamoto used his figure or moral authority to unilaterally set the rules, but later, a large community agreed to work according to those rules in a permissionless way, effectively removing Satoshi's characteristic as a central figure. Now, all three crypto influencers could certainly agree on one thing, though. The FTX meltdown is a disaster. So that was their discussion they had at the conference. I wish I could have gone there. It sounds like a great one and listening to them discuss their thoughts on it. Again, what do you guys think is a decentralized token? Well, what makes a project truly decentralized? What makes them centralized? What's considered a poop coin versus a good project? Let me know in your comments below. But that's what some of these big names had to say about what's considered a poop coin and what's centralized versus decentralized. Well, if you guys like this article, don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. And until next time, the Crypto Sherpa is out.